Marine. We're back. Greendawnify for more Warhammer 40k battle reports. But this time we're doing something different. We're doing a tournament. We have gained a new army to add to our ranks. Adeptus Mechanicus. And now we finally have 8 armies to do a tournament style bunch of battle reports. And the first game, this is the lineup. We got my Space Marines over Marines versus the Tau. My Tyranids versus Salamanders.
The Salamanders, who now have Volcanistan as their warlord, so that's a little something new as well.
Eldar versus Orcs, and Chaos versus Adeptus Mechanicus. Alright, this tournament is going to be different than a regular tournament. It's not going to be a single elimination style. This is going to be where losers can actually come back into the game. How it would work is, so if these games went out and this side lost, this side won all their games, then here, the forces here would face each other again, the losers, and the winners there would be able to move up. These guys are officially gone. They'd be out of the game. And here, the winners would face each other. And then there would be a loser, someone who lost. So let's say these two won. So these have won 2 games. These are 1-1. These guys are 1-1. Then they'll face each other. And then whoever won out of there would turn around, face them for a final battle. And then whoever won, of course, here would go for like a finale.
Yes. So there would be a total of 11 games in total to crown the Greendawnify tournament champion.
Alright, each game will be 1850 points, possibly getting up more points the higher we go. Adeptus Mechanicus only has 1850, so if they get higher up, then no, it won't be, but for other armies it could be. Also, each game will be kill points and a Maelstrom of War.
The first game that we'll be playing will be Cult Mechanicus and Chaos Space Marines. Okay, this is my 1850 point list. It's actually a combination of allied force of Cult Mechanics and Skitarii. So for my warlord is my Dominus Tech Priest. He has a Volkite Blaster, a Phosphorus Serpentina, a Conversion Field, and I have him. I've given him a relic which allows him to scry vehicles and things like that. My group of elites, Castellan robots with the data smith there. I actually gave him a upgrade that allows people that have flamers cognizance ability, so shooting and hitting, snapshotting on 5s or 6s, including in Overwatch. For my robots, they have heavy phosphorus blasters on their armor, their carapace, and then also phosphorus blasters on their armament. For my troops, I have 2 groups of breachers. They have heavy arc rifles. Both of them, well, there's 3 there. One has a heavy arc claw, hydro claw. He's the main guy right there with the bigger leadership. It's my second group of breachers right there, the same build out. Last troop, they are the destroyers. They have heavy grav cannons, phosphorus blasters, and 2 have Cognis flamers, so those are really good when they actually give D3 hits, I think, automatically. So in Overwatch. Skitarii, I have my Dune Crawler right there for heavy support. He has an Ecris array that's able to shoot flyers, things like that. These are my Rust Stalkers. They're an elite choice. They have some good assaulty abilities right there. They have transonic blades with them. The Princeps has Arc Cord Claw. In the back there are the Vanguard. I have 10 of them. I have an Alpha there. All of them are built out with radium carbines, which do some radium poisoning on 5s and 6s whenever you... No, actually 5s and 6s when you wound. I have one guy with an Omni-Spec that takes away cover, one minus cover. Couple special ability guns, Plasma Cavaliers. In the back, have 2 of those. My other group of troops, they're Rangers. I have transonic arc buses, which are good for shooting vehicles, things like that. I do have another guy with the Omni-Spec, and the rest of them have galvanic rifles, except for the Alpha, who has an arc maul for assault and like a little pistol. And my last group right there, these are the Infiltrators, Securian Infiltrators. They have a really cool build out, have some cool rules, have some taser golds with them, and little Volkite blasters, I think they're called. But first time playing with these guys on video, so we'll see what happens.
Alright, so the first game is Chaos Space Marines versus Adeptus Mechanicus. Going over my army, I have a Demon Prince, Mark and Nurgle with wings, Black Mace, 2 Chaos Sorcerers with normal power armor with level 3, Mastery level with Spell Familiar, Mark of Tzeentch, and the 4+ Invulnerable save. 2 squads of 9,000 Suns with Rhinos, 3 Obliterators, Mark and Nurgle, 2 squads of 10 Cultists, squad of 10 Chaos Space Marines, Mark and Nurgle, 2 Flamers, and a Rhino, and then a Helldrake. That's 1850 points. Alright, so we already rolled off for Dawn of War deployment, and we're playing Deadlock, the mission for the 6 objectives we have on the board. The sandbags are the objective. There's one there, one in there, but it's hiding. One over here, one over there, one there. And there's one behind those mountains over there. We have also, Deadlock and Dawn of War deployments. Now we're going to roll off to see who goes first. Chaos Space Marines with a 3. Mechanicus with a 2. So we will be going, Chaos will be going first. We're also going to roll for night fighting. There won't be night fighting. So Chaos Space Marines deployed first. They only deployed the 3 Rhinos, one with 1,000 Suns, and a Sorcerer, and the 10 Chaos Space Marines. For psychic powers, the Sorcerer in here got Shrouding, Terrify, and the Tzeentch Firestorm. Both the 1,000 Sun Sorcerers got Tzeentch Firestorm. My other units, the Obliterators, the other Sorcerer who they're joined to, and the Demon Prince, they're infiltrating because the Demon Prince, my Warlord, got the ability to infiltrate him and 2 other units, so they're going to infiltrate. That Sorcerer in the unit got Prescience, Perfect Timing, Foreboding, and I think that was it. And a Scryer's Gaze.
Okay, so for my deployment, next to that objective, I have my Ruststalkers. I have my Breachers, one group of Breachers. My Robots and the Data Smith right there. My Tech Priest, Dominus. Another group, or no, that's actually the Destroyers up on the mountaintop there. Back here is another group of troops, Breachers. And then right here is my Dune Crawler. I do actually have my troops for the Skitarii in reserve. My Rangers and my Vanguard are in reserve. And we have infiltrators, so we need to roll off to see who comes in as far as infiltrators. I have one group of Sicarian infiltrators that we'll see who comes in first.
Also need to mention both my cultist squads are in reserve, and so is a Helldrake. So now we're gonna roll off to see who infiltrates. Does their infiltrating and scouting first? Hi guys, got a 5, and a 6. All right, with infiltrating and scouting over, my guys all just went right there. The infiltrators and Ruststalkers are all right over here. So now we're going to roll to seize the initiative.
6.
The robots have stolen the initiative from Chaos.
Okay, after seize initiative, I did my movement. I'll start off here with these Rust Stalkers. They did their Dune Strider moved 9, and then I ran them. They're actually up there on top of the building. Over here, these Breachers moved over just to try to get a better shot at that Rhino. This group of Castellan robots, the Datasmith and the Dominus, moved right here to hopefully take some shots over there at that flying Demon Prince. The troops right here just jumped up on this mountain. They're going to try to take a shot at those rhinos over there, perhaps. And over here, I just moved my Dune Crawler back into cover. As far as my 6 objectives, I got Supremacy, Psychological Warfare, a point for if I kill my the enemy warlord, and I will get a point for capturing Objective 1. And Objective 3 I actually got twice, but Objective 3 is on the other side of the board. As far as my Canticles of the Omnissiah for the Cult Mechanicus, I'm making it so that I could re-roll 1s and 2s. It's called Benediction of the Omniscience, so that'll help for these guys to shoot a lot better. For my Skitarii, I decided not to do any of the Doctrina Imperatives because I don't have any shooty guys, so I'm not going to be into assault, obviously. So with that, we'll see what happens. Okay, after shooting phase, the Breachers shot the Rhino, got first blood. These Chaos Space Marines jumped out. Running phase, running/shooting, the Rust Stalkers moved forward to the edge of the building. You can't see inside here, but the infiltrators are right by the door. They moved forward a little bit. Rest of the shooting, my destroyers right here took a hull point away from that Rhino over there. And these destroyers took another hull point away from that. So just 1 and 1, that's all it did. And my Castellan robots and my Dominus, they were the only ones in range. They tried to shoot this Demon Prince, did nothing because he has a 2+ cover save. Over here, my Dune Crawler shot. It needed to hit on Skyfire, and I was again trying to hit the Demon Prince, did nothing. So as far as shooting, not a lot done, just took out that Rhino, but I did get a point for capturing this objective right here, Objective 1, and I got Supremacy for holding these 2 objectives to Greendawnify's 1, so I needed to have twice as many as him, and I did. So I got that. I rolled a D3 and rolled a 3, so I got 2 for Supremacy, 1 for Objective 1, and the extra, the normal one, just for first blood.
Movement, I moved up my Obliterators and Sorcerer up here. My Demon Prince started flying over there. He Vector Strike, put a wound on one of those destroyers. All my guys got out. Trying to take out these Rust Stalkers. Psychic powers. Here I got Perfect Timing off. And I got Shrouding, and I tried to terrify those Breachers over there. It was successful, but they made their leadership for that first morale check. But they're still -1 to the leadership. I got Shrouding off. There's the Sorcerer right there. Went into shooting phase. Alright, in the shooting phase, these Chaos Space Marines shot at the infiltrators in there. Killed 2 of them. They made their leadership. All the Thousand Suns and the Rhino shot up here. There's only 1 Rust Stalker left, and they made their leadership. Here, the Obliterators shot plasma cannons and killed with perfect timing, ignored cover, and killed all the destroyers. So that was my shooting phase. We're now going into Mechanicus turn 2. Also want to say that for my objectives, for this turn I got Psychological Warfare, Blood and Guts, Objective 4, which was right there, and I captured. Objective 5, Hold the Line, which I got over here with my guys, and Objective 1. So I got 2 points this turn.
Okay, it's looking pretty grim for the Mechanicus already. Started turn 2. I did pick up the Maelstrom objective of if I capture 3 at the end of turn, I get a victory point, and 35 was if I were to actually capture Objective 5. I can't remember where Objective 5 is. Is this Objective 5? Yeah, okay, so I'm still capturing that, and I have objective secured, so hopefully I can get those 2 points because I brought in my reserves, Rangers, and they are capturing that spot right there. I can capture that spot, and these troops, the breachers, will capture that. My Vanguard actually came in as well. Over here for my protocol, my Datasmith made it so that my Castellan robots can shoot twice. And really that's the only thing I did as far as movement, because now they couldn't move at all. These breachers, they can't get away from this, so they just kept in range of that capture point. Over here, my little one-man squad with his transonic swords, the infiltrators are right there next to his Chaos Space Marines. Will probably try to charge him, take him out. We'll come back, see what happens in the shooting phase. Okay, going over the shooting phase for the second turn. My Datasmith gave my Castellan robots the ability to shoot twice their normal abilities. They could not move, so they stood right there. Over here, these guys, just in shooting. I started shooting here first because I wanted to use the Lumigen ability to take away the cover save of the Demon Prince. All told, shooting the Castellan robots, these guys right here, the breachers, and this Dune Crawler, I was able to take away 3 wounds from the Demon Prince. He has 1 wound left. Over here, these breachers were able to kill 2 of these Chaos Space Marines, and my infiltrators shot their fletchette blasters and killed another one. Forced them to roll for leadership, which they failed. They ran back 7 inches, so unfortunately they're going to be far away for a charge, but I'll still try to make it. So we'll come back and see if I can get into assault. Okay, in assault, I did get in range with the Rust Stalkers. He killed 1 person, but he died when the other 6 Space Marines hit him back. So he died. It took 1 away. So they consolidated forward. The only other thing to report is that for my entire army, I did control 3 objectives. 1 right here. 1 right here because of my, he's a troop. And over there, all by themselves, those Rangers. So got that objective point. And I also got objective 5, which is what that is. So 2 more points, but really, my guys are losing badly. A bunch of Space Marines about to attack these poor little guys. So did not get in assault with them, unfortunately.
Alright, my turn. 1 group of cultists came in over there. These Thousand Suns jumped into the Rhino and it moved up. Thousand Suns here moved out of 6-inch range of the infiltrator's bubble of unhappiness. Helldrake came in, Vector Strike, insta-killed 1 of them. Demon Prince moved over to the side, Vector Striked, and put a wound on 1 of the breachers. And the Obliterators with the Sorcerer moved up. During the Psychic phase, Prescience and Perfect Timing was cast on those Obliterators. And Terrify was put onto the breachers. They fell back only 3 inches. They were almost off the board edge. So now we're going into the shooting phase for Chaos Space Marines. During the shooting phase, the Thousand Suns took out the infiltrators. The Helldrake killed one of the breachers, and 6 or 5 Vanguard and put a wound on the Alpha. And over here, the Obliterator shot multi-meltas, and Blue did weapon destroyed, blew off the gun off the Doomcrawler. Alright, so I was able to get psychological warfare with the breachers failing a leadership test. I captured objective 2, which is over there. I captured, and I believe that's it. Oh, yeah, that's it. So I was able to get 2 points this turn.
Okay, my breachers ran off the table. Movement phase. These Vanguard just stayed right there. They're capturing this objective because that's one of the things I needed to do. I rolled that to get objective 1. Over here, my Tech Priest Dominus moved off, and he's going to just try to smash into that Rhino. These guys are standing by themselves. Over here, just trying to get out of line of sight of those Obliterators. This Doomcrawler just walked back. It lost all its guns in the last shooting phase. Over here, those guys stood pat, but they're going to try to shoot their big arc rifles. Maybe take a shot away from that last hull point. And, we'll see what happens. Okay. One thing broke for the Rangers. They shot their Arconic buses, arc buses, and took the last hull point away from that Rhino. Right here, I'll start shooting over here. These Vanguard shot and were unable to wound this. Still has 1 wound, still flying. Over here, I went ahead and shot and was able to kill 4 or 5. I guess there used to be 9, so there's 5 that died by shooting from the Dominus and from the Castellan robots. Over here, the breachers, they shot. Well, they actually killed a couple. So all told, there's 5 that died from a combination of those 3 groups shooting. Because as I said, this Tech Priest is standing by himself right now. So we're going to make an assault onto those Thousand Suns, and we'll see what happens. Okay, in assault, the Tech Priest, he went ahead and assaulted, killed 2 of the Space Marines. They didn't do any damage to him, but they're fearless, so they're still locked in combat. And that is the end of turn 3 for the Cult Mechanicus.
Alright, Chaos Space Marines movement phase. These Space Marines moved up. Gonna run to capture this objective because I rolled for 2 more objectives, which is capture objective 2 and supremacy, which I won't be able to do supremacy, but I'll get objective 2, which is right there. Thousand Suns backed up into their Rhino, and now the Rhino's moving up. Here they're still in assault. Obliterators moved up, Prescience was cast on them. Helldrake and Demon Prince Vector strike those Vanguard and killed 1 guy. And now it's going to shooting phase. In the shooting phase, the Vanguard were taken out by the Obliterators, and the breachers were, 1 breacher was killed, and the rest of them were wounded by the Helldrake. So now going into this assault right here. Here in assault, the Chaos Space Marines, the Thousand Suns didn't do anything to the Dominus, and the Dominus didn't do anything to the Marines.
Okay, in movement, I moved the breachers back. They're still capturing this, which I need this as an objective point. That's one thing I rolled. Other movement, I brought my Rangers with the Transarc buses up a little closer, 60-inch range. I'm going to try to either get a chance of shooting that Warlord right there. Maybe that Rhino, just depends. Or I could even shoot at this. But no, actually the Rhino and this are the only ones that are in range. The big flying
Demon Prince is out of the way.
Not in range. Other movement, I moved these Castellan robots up. They're going to try to charge. I gave them the double attack protocol, so hopefully I could take out those 3 Space Marines there. And go to shooting and see what happens.
Alright, so the end of the assault phase?
End of the assault phase, it took away 2 wounds, killed 2 Space Marines, nothing happened to my people right there, the Castellan robots.
And also in shooting, nothing happened.
In shooting, I did... No, you made your armor.
The breachers shot here and missed, and the Rangers with their Transarc buses shot here, but I made the cover save.
I did capture 1 point for the objective, but that's my turn.
Turn 3?
Turn 3?
Turn 4 for Chaos. No, yeah, turn 4. Alright, movement phase, this Rhino moved up. These Obliterators with the Chaos Sorcerer moved up to try to capture this objective. I need to capture Objective 5, Objective 1, and kill a unit. And I have no prisoners, so kill a unit, which will probably be these guys. The Helldrake moved all the way over here. And he's probably going to flame, try to kill those Rangers. And we'll see what happened. In the Psychic phase, all I got off was Prescience on the Obliterators. In the shooting phase, the Helldrake flamed and killed 4 Rangers. Obliterators took out the Breachers. And no other shooting. There's going to be a charge, though. These Chaos Space Marines try to charge in here and finish that assault there. And also, the rest of my cultists came in over on that side. And the Demon Prince flew over there. So, we'll come back at the end of the assault phase. Alright, end of the assault phase. 2 Chaos Space Marines are dead, but 1 wound is put on the Castellan robot. And my Sorcerer with 1,000 Suns is still alive. And that was it for the assault phase. So now going into Adeptus Mechanicus turn 5. Alright, so in the assault phase, another wound was dealt out to the Datasmith, and another Chaos Space Marine was lost. And that was basically the entire turn. Now we're going into my turn 5, which will basically just be this assault as well. In my movement phase, move the Rhino up. Here the Sorcerer split off, cast Prescience on the Obliterators, and then moving up and try to take out this Dune Walker, or Dune Crawler. And that's basically going to be, the only shooting I had. The Helldrake Vector Strike and killed one of the Rangers. And it's me, this assault, that's going to be dominate my turn.
After the assault,
Alright, the end of the assault phase?
I finally killed the Dominus Power Axe, the 1 Space Marine Sorcerer, and 1,000 Sun. And I lost my Datasmith. I rolled a 1. Pretty bad, but he consolidated out, and these guys are still in combat.
Alright, so that is the end of Chaos Space Marines turn 5. Wait. Alright, this is a roll to see if the game ends. Game goes on to turn 6.
Okay, final phase. We're updating everything since not a lot had happened. The Dominus had gotten out of combat, but then he charged back in, and with that charge, and with these Castellan robots having the double attack protocol. No, they had the double attack protocol, but they had the canticles to make them stronger, 1+ stronger. I was actually able to take all 3 of those Chaos Space Marines out, and then I consolidated forward. So that's the end of turn 6 for Cult Mechanicus.
Now the Chaos Space Marines turn 6. Alright, in my movement phase, Rhino moved back, unloaded the 1,000 Suns, Obliterators and Sorcerer moved over. No psychic powers were cast, they all failed or didn't do it, had no effect to do anything. Oh no, Prescience was cast on the Obliterators, and that was it. Alright, end of the turn, my Obliterators killed one of the Castellan robots. That is all that happened in the shooting phase and assault phase. That's the end of my turn, turn 6. We're going to roll to see if the game ends.
And it does, right?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't end. We're going to turn 7.
No? Wow. Okay.
Alright, so the end, or not the end of... Okay.
Well, yeah, we've done our movement and shooting phase. In movement, these 2 units grouped together, and now they're 1. They moved up. The Volkite Blaster actually killed 2 of the Thousand Suns, and now they made their charge distance. We're going to go ahead and go into assault.
Alright, end of the assault.
Okay, the Castellan Robot and the Tech Priest Dominus, they each killed 1 guy, so 2 dead for the Chaos Space Marines.
Now going into Chaos Space Marines turn 7, the end of the game, which will just be this assault phase again. Alright, in the Psychic phase, Prescience was cast on the Thousand Suns by this sorcerer over here. Both these sorcerers tried to cast Force. The sorcerer on the left here was denied, while this sorcerer, the main sorcerer, was able to get Force off. So now we're going into the assault phase. Alright, end of the game. Castellan Robot was killed with Force by the sorcerer over there, but the Dominus survived.
So he is my sole survivor of my entire army, but
yeah.
He's still locked in combat. He survives.
We're going to calculate points, see how many points we have for both sides. We're just, I don't know if we said at the very beginning, but we're doing kill points and the objectives we rolled for. Alright, so calculating points. Chaos Space Marines got 12 points from objectives, 1 point for line breakers, and 7 kill points. So 20 points in total, while the Adeptus Mechanicus,
I had 9 points for objective points, and then 4 kill points, and then 1 first blood, so 14 total.
So for the first tournament, it was a Chaos victory, 20-14, and they are moving on. Hopefully they got enough points to where they could get a bye in the second round. We'll see when the next game comes and how the other armies match up in points. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with more Warhammer 40k battle reports.